Fuck it.
One.
Waited till I saw the sun. Don't know why I didn't come.
Let me get a verse, dude.
You want a verse? Yeah, we got Eminem on the show tonight, guys.
Come on, dude.
It's Nora Jones and Eminem. That's a special Dead World episode 11, guys. The Nora Jones Eminem episode.
I want you to start it up just like you did, bro, and then let me get that verse, dude.
Yeah, okay. All right.
Dude.
Do I do the hook still?
Run it, dude. I'll jump in. You'll feel me when I jump in, dude.
All right, we're jamming. It's Dead World Jams.
Yeah, that's right, guys. Episode 11, Dead World.
I saw the sun. Don't know
what's a melon.
Hold on. It seems we have a new person. A new guest has entered the show. It's our second guest ever, guys. It's episode 11. We wanted to do something special for you guys. We wanted to bring out, like we got Rock Hard on the show, right? We had Eli on the show. Beautiful 10-episode run. Some might say flawless. Some are calling it the most flawless run. Oh, that's better. You know what, guys? That's better than before, but it's still not there. So we're going to work on it. And it's what a time to work on it, because we have today on the show our president, Donald J. Trump, for security purposes in an outfit. But how's it going, Mr. President?
I don't think we committed to me being our president.
Yeah, sorry, guys. I did put Jonah on the spot there a little bit. It's just he had the hat on earlier, and he was doing Donald Trump, as we all know that Jonah can do, and we love that about him. And it was great. But, you can't replicate. You can't, sometimes the magic's just there the first time. You know what I mean? There's shit that's irrepeatable, bro. It's not as good, right? Okay. Yeah, there we go. He's Donald Trump again, though. He's doing like kind of sexual offensive stuff. So he's kind of, it's like speech, like mime Donald Trump. Yeah, bottle, ocean, bottle. He's going to the sink in the ocean, and then it was just a finger in a hole. He's writing, guys, it's Dead World. It's episode 11. I'm Alpharo.
Guys?
And that's Jonah. That is Jonah. But despite what you guys...
most people at this point, I'm going to say, are culturally aware of individuals that dress up like animals.
Okay.
And pursue something. It's called like a fursona. It's for furries.
For sure. We've had the episode Furry Egg Oblivion, episode, I believe, 7. Check it out. It's great. Go ahead.
There's a whole subculture of us who are actually invested in being fruit-like characters.
Fruit people, of course.
And I'm, we're in the double digits now, and so I really want to be me on this show.
Of course. And you know what, guys? We appreciate each and everybody's single soul that's listening. And it's such an honor to bring to you guys a new community, a beautiful community. The fruit people, they're very open. It's not just fruits. It's vegetables, cabbage head. There's cabbage heads.
Yeah.
There's onion heads. That's what I mean? There's tomato guy, right? Onion boy, right? I love onions, right? Look, if I had a fruitsona, okay?
What's your fruitsona?
My fruitsona, probably onion boy, bro. I'm onion boy.
Onion boy?
Onion boy. That's right. I love onions, man. And I think they're a vegetable, right? They're a vegetable. You would know.
I don't know. Here's my thing, though.
I feel like you could do. What you could do is you could still call it a fruitsona and just kind of accept vegetables. You don't have to say like vegetable sona. You could just say fruitsona because it's really like kind of good, like fursona, right? It's pretty close to fursona.
We are our own thing.
Of course. So, different community. No, I understand, but it's like I'm just trying to get the word. I'm trying to squeeze the most juice out of the word persona as possible, right?
You're just like a funny guy throwing these words around, aren't you?
Now,
squeeze the juice. I mean, like, granted,
let me ask you something. Let me ask you something.
Silly, but I'm trying to have this. Like, I'm trying to show people what's good about this. And
did you now? And I'm sorry, and I am sorry. Maybe I've been rude. Okay, it's not because I'm trying to be rude. I'm not trying to hurt you or your feelings. It's more that I just don't understand, right? It's like new to me, right? So I just have questions, and it's like I'm not trying to, It's not like I don't want you to think that it's like some sort of personal attack, right? But so when you guys, when the Fruit Ninja game, when the Fruit Ninja, so sorry, when the Fruit Ninja game came out, did you guys have some sort of like protest movement? Did you guys have like demonstrations? Is that like a thing that upsets you? That the fruit, like it's the whole game is you're cutting up fruit, right? But so that's my question, right? Because in order to make the fruit sona, right, to make the costume, right, you had to cut up a watermelon, right? So on one level, it's like you kind of agree with Fruit Ninja to the extent that you think fruit should be cut, right? But I can't imagine that there's not some amount of pain when you're watching these beautiful fruits, these beautiful watermelons and limes and kiwis and oranges and apples and pears. You know what I mean? They're getting chopped up. They're getting diced up by basically like Philistine fucking like internet poison brained like TikTok fucking zombies, dude. And they're just brutalizing fruit, and I can't imagine. It's like a furry watching a bunch of like animal snuff videos. Do you know what I mean? That's what Fruit Ninja is to me. It's like it's like the equivalent of like an ISIS video in the fruit persona. Wait, is it? It's not after the 10 minutes, and I said ISIS. Maybe beep ISIS. I don't know, because you can say ISIS. There's like gods named ISIS. You know what I mean? So I guess it's not that controversial.
Listen,
but okay.
You're basically telling me,
yeah,
it's like a furry watching animal snuff videos.
It's
and
like
one of your earliest questions for me.
It's like you watching Fruit Ninja.
You're asking me, Melanie.
Yeah. Your name.
How I feel about Fruit Ninja, dude?
Yep. That's right.
I'll tell you what, dude. Here's an answer. You can just throw this on every other stupid question you have to ask me. It's complicated.
It's complicated. Of course, it depends. As they say, it depends. And guys, I want to apologize. I know I said we had Donald Trump earlier. Listen, I'm just trying to get views. I'll be honest with you. We just need a couple more. 2 or 3, bro. If we can get to 20 subscribers, that'd be great. But
listen, guys.
So
because of the Rod Stewart bullshit on the last episode.
A lot of copyright strikes on the last episode.
We got 9 copyright strikes.
We're not going to play any music on this one. But listen, all right.
We're just doing this like poorly thought out.
It's fruit. Why do you don't say it? You don't say that out loud. The rules of improv. You just yes and you continue. Okay. And maybe we cut these last 20 seconds out.
Dude, I might be a watermelon.
So I'm sorry.
Sounding like a real apple, dude. You know what I mean?
I totally get it. Yeah, Alpharo, good job. But what I'm trying to say, guys, we don't have Donald Trump on the podcast today. Unfortunately. Maybe soon. You know what I mean? Who knows? Anything's possible. But today we have Melanie from the fucking FRUITSONAS consortium or whatever the fuck. I don't know, man. Jonah's supposed to build the bit too, but all he can say is poorly thought out. He can't build the jokes. He has to just say out loud his doubts in real time. The whole point is you keep going.
Keep it real.
You got you're one of those guys. You're one of those guys that's like, I just keep it. People don't fuck with me, bro, because like I'm like brutally honest with people, bro. Like I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. Like, and then it's just like most of the time it's just them being like, fucking, you're fat. You know what I mean? They're just like assholes. I hate it when people are like, nah, dude, I'm just like brutally honest. Like whenever people say that, like it's like a thing. You know what I mean? Like if you describe yourself in that way, it's like there's this other thing, right? Where guys on dating apps, they'll just say like they're looking for a girl with a sense of humor. And apparently there's like girls have detected that like when a guy says that like, I want you to have a sense of humor, it's because he's like degrading and shit. And he'll like diss them. You know what I mean? But he'll be like, I'm just kidding. You know what I mean? And this is how we pivot into the philosophy shit, right? Off of the FRUITSONAS thing. See, I have the formula, guys, for Dead World fucking so pegged in my mind. Okay? And we got off to such a hot start with the watermelon thing. I mean, look at that. Is that now, Jonah? Is the cross? Are you like 21 Savage? Like, is that what the cross is about, or it's like an anti? It's because it's like the St. Peter's cross, right? Because it's like longer on the top, right? That's like the devil one,
dude,
Satan one.
Low cut jeans, low self esteem. I'm on black people meat.
Is that those were bars?
Yeah, bro.
Wow. You
don't know that one?
Is that 21 Savage?
Hang outside,
You
bang
don't have to do it
outside.
again. You don't have to do it
No
again.
matter how good
Yeah. Yo,
No,
Savage,
dude.
why you trapping so hard? Right?
Yeah,
Oh,
bro.
why you got a 12 car garage? Yeah, man. Fucking love 21 Savage, bro. That's oh my god. I forget the name of the song, bro. That's like his first song that I knew. I'm sure he was doing more stuff after that.
Listen, bro. There was
Listen.
really nothing thought out. Dead World listeners, I made some watermelon juice, and I had this big rind.
Jonah's using the whole buffalo, guys, but instead of the buffalo, it's a sumptuous succulent watermelon that it now deceased, right? He squeezed it, you know. Isn't that kind of fucked up? Like, you know, if you're like a vegan or something, like, don't you feel bad that you're eating like an innocent watermelon?
You know, dude,
like this onion didn't do
like
anything.
Straw manning what would otherwise be like a meaningful ethic that people have developed in response to the excess of not only consumption but cruelty in our world.
What if we got down to what if the thing got down to the point where they were like, you can't eat anything, like you can only eat air, and then there's like people who were like, but listen guys, the air has feelings.
You know, man, there's people who, you know, have appreciated the way that like destruction and sort of like
rest in peace Ozzy Osbourne
is necessary in like the cycle of like greater life in their environmental and eating philosophies. And so, you know, it's more about being mindful of what and how you're eating rather than like trying to facilitate some kind of like naive reality where you don't have to like live in a violent world, you know?
Yeah, man. It's the thing is that I just destroyed this fly in my room like a vengeful god, right?
Yeah.
And so I kind of lost what you were saying. I was in the power fantasy of destroying this fly. I kind of try to put myself in the fly's shoes.
Listen, man, there's nothing wrong with killing that fly, but you better eat it.
You know, I already wiped them on my pants.
Eat your pants.
Dead World. Eat your fucking pants, dude. You better eat your fucking pants, man. Now, look, listen. So really, though, but what were we just talking about? It was something to do with violence? Was it a violent thing?
You're talking about, like, what if people had some kind of philosophy about consuming things that was
right,
so ridiculous.
killing stuff. Yes. Yeah. Eating the air. I mean, yeah, it'd be stupid. Yeah, I just made up a stupid thing that would be stupid.
I mean, no, listen, bro, very easily people can, and they have been like, well, the only thing that I could really do that would prevent any harm that I might ever commit in my life
is to stay at home and stay perfectly
that, like,
still.
runs off of consumption is kill myself.
Yeah.
And so that's not eating anything.
That is not eating. That's a perfectly vegan lifestyle. That's like a guy who's like, I'm vegan now, and then he kills himself like that day. He has like a big Philly cheesesteak, and he's like, all right, I'm vegan starting now, and then bing.
You know, attaching yourself to like permanence is probably like another flawed thing if you're trying to have this like weird intimate relationship with this world that you live in.
Waymo Samsara, like, guys, episode 8, check it out.
For periods of time where they don't eat. And it's like you can really connect with whoever that person is when you're like in this sort of fasted state that like, you know, it doesn't need to last forever to have like the moment of, you know, like awakening or whatever that lets you feel what it's like to sort of like go without, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I think it's like, it's a pretty basic thing about living is that you need to try to find your purposes through it, but fuck, okay, this is like 10 to 20 seconds that'll get cut out, but what are we talking about again? I zoned on some different shit.
Let me know what different shit you're on right now, dude. Jump in with your ADHD ass, bro.
Well, we were talking about
we were talking about a fucking fruit thing too.
Yeah.
We could still be doing that. We could have like back and forth. If you committed to Onion Boy,
I know.
gross, right?
I
For
would have to
sure.
what? But okay,
Um,
I guess I could make something with like that really far outer skin of the onion that nobody eats. I could just get like a bunch of like
where you
bobby.
look like flaky, like it's your skin coming off.
I could like staple multiple layers of the like get a bunch of onion skins and like staple multiple layers and put it on like over my face like a ghillie suit, and it'll
Uh-huh.
look like one of the sniper suits from fucking Call of Duty, but it's like onion leaves. Um no, so what I was thinking about, we were talking about impermanence, and then I started thinking about desire, brother. Started thinking about wanting things and what it means to want something, and what it mean where it's like I've been saying this lately. I'm like, there's the things that you say you want, there's the things that you think you want, there's the things that you think you should want, and then there's the things that you want. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there's these distinctions I feel like that are important in a weird way. Well, because it's just like to explain your own behavior, kind of in a sense, and to understand other people's, but also your own. Like for me, you know what I mean? Myself, but also others. Where it's like, okay, well, based on my actions, what is it that I want? What do I think I want? What do I think I should want? I don't know. Do you know what I mean?
You know, Alvaro,
Hmm.
I don't know what you mean.
Yeah.
Sometimes, you know, we
Dead
try to
world.
communicate these like abstract things
I'm bad
that we
at it.
kind of like only feel,
I got
you
to
know.
read more. I gotta read more.
Yeah,
Hey
I guess,
Johnny.
man.
Hey,
But you
hey,
know,
it's Johnny. I gotta read more. After I did Greece, I was in a car accident in Malibu, and then I couldn't read anymore. So the first thing I read was the Diary of a Wimpy Kid, right? And then I read the next three, and I can't believe that guy's so funny, man. Like
oh my god, dude.
that's John Travolta, right? CTE, John Travolta reading Diary of a Wimpy Kid after, because I think I said Grease. Now, how about this? After Saturday Night Fever, man, I just went on this rabid cocaine binge in the 80s. There's almost like a little bit of Jay-Z in there. It's weird.
You know, bro, John Travolta was in this movie in the 70s called Bubble Boy.
Really?
Yeah. And it was about a kid who like was born without any like working immune system, I guess, basically, you know.
Oh,
And so
sounds
they had him in a
fucked up.
bubble.
I know.
And so it's like kind of this drama
Yeah.
with a very young John Travolta. But anyways, in the 90s, they
Mhm.
did a remake of the movie, but they made it like a raunchy comedy, and it features Jake Gyllenhaal, and like the title theme is "Damn It" by Blink-182.
These are all great actors. That's crazy though. The very last sentence is crazy. Damn it is a crazy song
Dude,
to pick as a theme
if
song.
you haven't seen Bubble Boy,
That song I almost feel like is more famous than that movie, but maybe I'm wrong.
oh no, absolutely. But Bubble Boy is fantastic. I think it was on or Netflix the other day, but but it's the same thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, he's in a bubble,
Yeah.
but instead of like living his life in there, the girl next door that he has fallen in love with, she's getting married,
Yeah.
and he's like a little bitch about it. But then he realizes he should like go after her, and so then he like crosses the country in like a bubble suit that he created.
Is he like running in it like a hamster?
Uh, dude, let me
Is
see.
it one
Let me
of
see if I
those?
can
Do you know which one I'm
pull it
talking
up
about?
real quick.
Where like
Yeah, I
they'll
know what you're talking about, but it's not like that. It has like legs and arms and stuff.
I think I've been in one of those once in my life. It was cool, dude.
Oh,
Bubble.
those freak me out, man. I have like a pretty bad claustrophobia, actually. Like those movie scenes where
How
guys
do
are
you
like
get?
falling through vents and stuff. I
Yeah,
like freak out. I can't like watch that shit.
I'm pretty. I would say I'm pretty claustrophobic, but only if it's in reality. Like I don't love being like underground or in tunnels. Do you know what I mean?
You know that's freaky.
But I don't really
But
struggle with like.
underground isn't. That's like a different kind of fear, but it's like
Mm,
the tight spaces thing. There's
I don't really struggle with like crowds. You know what I mean? I'm fine with a crowd.
yeah, well no, because that's
I'll
like
weave
different.
through a crowd,
It
no problem.
it can it can move a little
Mm,
bit. You know what I mean?
mm.
but it's like when it's like just this firm thing. So gorillas, like Damon Albarn's now 20-year long project or whatever.
You're asking me if I know gorillas.
Look, I'm just trying to set something up because
You're doing it because, like, in case if you guys haven't heard of gorillas, listeners, I think Jonah knows
okay,
I know
'cause it's
gorillas.
gonna
I think he's
'cause it
doing
could
like a
be-
thing for the
okay,
listener.
I'm trying to make a distinction
No,
between
clearly you're
the
doing. No, clearly
animal.
you're doing something for the list. Oh, because we were the persona thing from earlier. I was about to
Okay.
be fake insulted that you thought that I wouldn't know gorillas, but you're trying to clarify between the fruit thing. And by the way, the
So
helmet came off. I didn't even realize. I didn't even see it happen, but the helmet came off. Welcome back, Jonah. Bye bye, Melanie. You know what I mean? Thank you.
sorry, dude. This thing hurts to wear.
Melanie, your check's in the mail. I don't know why you're apologizing for Melanie's actions. You know what I mean? It's fine. Like, Jonah, you got nothing to apologize for. Thanks for introducing us. You know what I mean? You're the guy with the
Yeah,
connect, right? And we know how elusive and talented these like fruit sona people are. Like, they're all billionaires. It's like Steve Jobs was a fruit sona. He was an apple. You know what I mean? Wow. I didn't even. Wow. Fucking sun kissed. I'm sun
All
kissed,
right.
bitch.
Look, anyways, bro, gorillas.
Go ahead. Yes, gorillas. What about the gorillas, man?
They're like a cartoon. They're like
yes.
cartoon
Yes,
band.
we know who the gorillas.
The artist.
If you don't know the
Jamie
gorillas,
Hewitt.
if you don't know the gorillas, listen to Dead World, and you listen to Dead World, find the gorillas and listen to them. But yes, and Jamie Hewlett is of course, the comic book artist, the graphic illustrator of the Gorillas Project. Go ahead.
So he had a comic called Tank Girl.
I remember this.
90s.
Yeah. Mm.
And they made a movie.
Okay.
About this tank girl, right?
Is she like hands are the tank, or her body's the tank? She's like
no. She like mans the tank. Yeah, she womans the tank, bro.
She womans.
Yeah, she's like
tank. Yo, hey, woman, hey, go woman the gun. Go woman the machine gun to the girls in the military. That's cool, dude. I would do that.
She's got like a what's the girl from? She's got like a Gwen Stefani vibe in the movie, dude.
Okay.
Whatever. Anyways, so like maybe 20 minutes in, she gets captured by some assholes.
Yeah.
And like their punishment for her, their torture for her, is they put her in this tube that gets smaller as you go down it.
Oh.
And it's at just a little bit of a ramp, so that you can't pull yourself up, and you have to go in head first. And so every time you move a little bit, you actually get just like a little bit tighter in, a little bit further in.
Oh man, well that's just like really dude. I don't even.
Man. Doesn't that fuck you up, dude?
Have you seen?
I didn't watch the rest of the movie. I was like, I'm like fucked up.
That's fucking crazy, dude. Have you seen? So there's actually no. Wait, can I tell you something? Because there is a person who died that way, actually, in real life.
Really?
Yes. Yes, dude. It's like oh my god, bro. It is really messed up. So this kid, he was going. They were like doing this tunnel system. I forget what it was called. Hold on, I'm gonna look it up. But it was like this guy. He went in this tunnel thinking there was a way out, but the way out was too like sharp of a turn backward, so he couldn't turn around. So he was just stuck head first, like kind of upside down in this tunnel, and that's just how he died. He just died of starvation.
Oh, dude, that's so fucked up, man.
Oh fuck, what's it called? Okay, guy stuck in tunnel died starvation. That'll get it. That'll fucking get it. The tragic story, Floyd Collins, Sand Cave. Is this it? This can't be it.
Floyd.
Oh my god, it totally is it. It's John Jones. Oh, this is so fucked up, dude. I gotta send you this picture. It's crazy. I'm sending it to you on the chats. Like there's diagrams of. Sorry, it's like a long ass Google link. It's just a Google search, but like, there's diagrams of the like layout of how it looks, and like that cave just had to get sealed off. Like that's just his grave now. Do you know what I mean?
Oh my god, dude, that's terrifying,
dude. Unbelievable. I can't. And sorry, even to Dead World listeners, like sorry to even say it out loud. Shit sucks. Yeah. That's why you won't be catching me in tunnels or caves unless they're like for sure ran through, like known quantities or like
Ran through.
that's yeah. I need to make sure these tunnels have been
Yeah, I'll go like the
fucked,
tunnels
bro.
ran through, dude.
I need the tunnels. I need the ran through tunnels, bro. I need the hoe tunnels. That's what I take. I take hoe tunnels only. That's a dead world rule.
That's crazy, dude.
Hoe
That's
tunnels
wild.
only,
That's
bro.
out there. Episode
HTO,
11,
bitch. That's
dude.
right.
Double number one, winning
Hoe
twice, dude.
tunnels. Hoe tunnels might be it. That might be the
Yeah.
name, but we'll see. We still got some time. Okay, Jonah, I wanted to talk about this one. There was this thing that I thought of before we started that I was like, I'll save it for sure. There's been this thing on the internet popping up about polyphonic. People are calling it polyphonic perception. Okay? And it's
Okay.
the ability to, when you're listening to music, isolate in your mind the different parts. So if you can,
yeah.
so if you,
Not everybody can do that. I guess. I don't
really?
know.
Okay.
Because
I don't know, man.
I can
Really?
do it, but it's
Yeah.
because I've like made music before, so I know what I'm listening to. But like, um, and a lot of my friends are musicians, so it's like no problem. But I talked to
Yeah.
some of my family members and a couple
Mm-hmm.
of my other friends, and they're not able to like pick out the bass line, or they're not able to pick out like take a meaningful guess at how many guitars are being used. Like they
Okay.
don't hear the
Okay, no, but
different harmonies
so here's the thing.
when the chorus comes in. You know what I
So
mean?
here's
Like,
so here's the thing though. I feel like there's a big difference between making out the bass line and being able to tell if there's two guitars. And even though like being able to tell if there's two guitars, like that's still pretty simple if you can hear like a solo and a guy playing guitar.
yeah.
But like if you want to get more like abstract about it, it's like the recordings and stuff, like what's within them or whatever, like being able to hear exactly how many people were playing at a given time in a song or whatever. But
Mhm.
like that's a big spectrum of shit, bro. Because like I think you can pick out the bass line from people do it all the time. They like like they know "Sweet Child of Mine" by the lick, or they know like.
Okay, but that's like different, bro. It's
But
because
you,
it's
when you're
it's
listening to a song,
what
any
I'm
human
saying is
being
it's
when they're
like you
listening to a
recognize it.
song,
No, you recognize it as the bass line and how it sits inside of like the composition. You know what I mean? Like everybody recognizes like the melody. Everybody will recognize like maybe what they call like the beat. Like
so what I'm
you know what I
saying
mean?
is that
Like
by
but
saying
some
that
people
they
can
would
imagine how
recognize,
that sound was made. You know what I mean? Like
but by recognize what you're saying, by recognizing that they have polyphonic perception, like they are doing it. Do you know what I mean? Like by
yeah.
saying like they recognize it by this or that, like they are doing the thing we're talking about.
Well, because it's like
I'm sending you
it's
this
like with
video,
everything
bro.
else, bro. It's not like you do or don't. It's like you have it to certain degrees and you develop it through certain actions and stuff. You know what I mean?
I'm sending you this video, dude. It's this
Like
girl.
everybody can read, but
It's
some people can read, you know,
some people read
fucking
gooder. Some people
Shakespeare.
read
Some
a lot.
people can read a fucking menu, dude. You
Some
know what I
people read
mean?
a lot
Like
gooder, bro.
there's a different
Four
like there's a
score and
difference.
seven, four score and seven beers ago, for sure. Shakespeare's crazy, bro.
Well, listen, dude, you need to read a menu. You need to
You
eat.
gotta read a menu. You
I
gotta read the
guess
menu,
you know.
guys. If there's anything you do, if there's anything you read, it's the fucking menu, huh? You
You
fat
need to know
fuck.
about
You.
Othello.
I'm talking to the listeners directly, right? I'm like fat shaming. You fat piece of shit. You gotta read the menu, don't you? Huh?
Dude,
Huh? Huh?
I if there's any I guess like category
Yeah.
or demographic
Sure.
of listener I'd want like to court,
Okay.
it'd be the fatties for sure.
Guys, if you're fat, please listen to our
If this was like
podcast.
a fat if this was like a fat podcast,
We are
kinda
absolutely a fat friendly podcast, of
we're
course.
fat friendly, but we're not I don't think either of us are fat enough to like walk in as representatives. You know?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
And I never. I just
There's
go all
no
crazy.
chance.
There's not even like the slightest. No,
It just
man.
probably
Look.
wouldn't work. We'll
No, I mean,
probably
look.
just
I'm
have
like,
to stick to being
I'm
fat
skinny.
friendly.
I'm skinny fat, bro. Like, let's be so honest. I'm not
Yeah.
really jacked. I'm not really fat, but I'm not really neither either. It's like that perfect middle space of just the most average person imaginable.
Damn, dude. I'm glad you can say that so confidently because I'm not sure what I look like. I have a bad
Johnny,
case of male body dysphoria.
you're
And
a
so like
you're a dysmorphia.
no, dysphoria.
Are you a girl? You're a woman?
That's right. Sometimes I
You're
feel
an
like
egg, dude. You're an actual egg.
what there's a difference?
That's what an egg is in like the
Dysmorphia
trans
or
body dysmorphia is when you
what
have
is
like
dysphoria?
it's like gender dysphoria. It's like you're
If you
trained
have
like
body
you're
dysphoria, that means like
well it's
I
like
want to be hot,
it's
but I'm not. So
well like
what?
body dysphoria is like I guess I was yeah, I mean I meant like y-
Dys
dysphoria. You said
body
dysphoria.
dysphoria.
I said dysmorphia to correct you because I'm an annoying
Okay,
piece of
so
shit.
this is
But
dysmorphic, but what is dysphoria?
body dysmorphia is someone being like, oh, my arms are so small, and so they get like gigantic, and then they're still like, my arms are so small, but they're gigantic.
Oh,
Body,
so but no,
and
you
then
can
gender
have body dysphoria,
dysphoria,
but
body
not be
dysphoria. Oh, you're not trans, but you just have like
yeah.
you don't feel like your body. What, you feel like a crab or what?
Oh, okay, no, but if you're okay,
If you're
so listen,
dysphoric, you're like
if you have body dysmorphia, it's you
yeah,
just spend a lot of time worrying about flaws in your appearance.
that other
If-
people might not even see. Yes.
Yeah, yeah, okay. But if you have body dysphoria, you have a deep discomfort or distress with your body.
It's like you feel like you're not yeah, it's like it feels like the wrong it feels wrong.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a bit
Rather than it's
more
like it feels like there's flaws.
yeah, it's a more drastic. Yeah, exactly. It's
Oh my god, dude.
like the flaws can also eat away at you and whatever and like body dysmorphia can be pretty bad for people. I mean, body dysmorphia leads to like eating disorders, it leads to like all that kind of stuff, right? But dysphoria is a whole other thing. Like it's very
Well, but
the
that's what the like bodybuilders get though, right? Is
they
it's
get
not they're not like
dysmorphia.
they're no well no, they're not dysmorphic. They're dysphoric because they well, I don't know, bro. You
I
know
think
what?
it's dysmorphia because it's like they want to get bigger and like they never feel like it's big enough. They feel small.
But is that like flaws or is it that they're like not comfortable? Well, you know what,
I don't know.
dude?
We don't have
You'd
degrees
have
in
to
this
ask,
shit.
right?
Yeah,
There's
this is like
probably case to case, right?
some
There's
graduate
probably
school,
like
yeah. I mean, exactly. Exactly. And it kind of brings and you know what? Might be perfect cuz it brings us back to like what is it that people actually want and like what is it that mean to want something? Is like the thing you want a result of actually like a deeper need or and like are the things that you act on what you actually want or like is the fact that you're acting on them it makes them like now your needs. I don't know.
you know what, dude? I saw this thing the other day and it's just like I don't know where it comes from, you know. And you can maybe pluck a little bit of wisdom from wherever if you are looking or you need it or whatever.
Yeah.
But I saw this thing that was like all desires come from like this place where you don't believe like you can have, deserve, or like already possess like this thing that you're like putting in the space of your desire. Right? It's like everything that you like desire is almost you know it'll never be a matter of having
Mm-hmm.
because it's more about like the sort of like psychological and emotional space that you're in where you're like am I like deserving of this
And so
and more so like can I not fear the time between now and when like it comes to me because it's mine to have you know
so so this is something actually I kind of think about a lot where it's like I feel there's a certain amount of like pursuing what you want or like doing the journey or whatever, right? And it's like there's a long period of time where you're not really successful or you're not really succeeding, right? And I've thought about this where it's like sometimes you're not like ready for success. Like, do you know what I mean? It's like there's people. I remember one time, man, I used to DJ in Texas and like, this guy who was getting me some of these gigs at some point like kind of spazzed out on a few of the dudes that were like he was booking or whatever and trying to like big bro on us for some shit that he was booking or whatever and it was like Nothing. He was booking like a weekly thing at a bar that he knew the owner of, and we were just like DJing for like nobody, like the other bartenders and the other DJs, right? And then in my head, I remember thinking like, bro, like you're not even successful yet. Like, what's gonna happen when you become successful? Like, I feel like there's people who think that they're pursuing success, but they're not prepared for success, so they exist in this like infinite pursuit that's like maybe just has just enough self-sabotage in it to keep it always a pursuit. Do you know what I mean? Because it's like sometimes the next step, it's like just not even considered. It's like, what would happen actually if the shit did pop off? Like, what's next? Like, do you know what you're going to do then? Because I think people come to it with like this kind of conception that maybe not entirely right, not the whole extent, but it's like the success is almost the end goal, right? But then it's like once you have that first success, right, you've reached the quote unquote end goal of the last pursuit, but now there needs to be a new end goal or you're fucked. You know what I mean? It's like, like I wonder, because I try to think about what differentiates people that I see around me and myself, you know what I mean? Like what I do wrong and right, quote unquote wrong or right, just what's appropriate. And like in terms of what I see as like successful people around me. And it's like, what do they do right and wrong and versus other people? And it's just like, at a certain point, like that first success, like you have to exist in it. Like before you're successful, you have to already exist, like you're in that success and like continuing, because that way when you get the success that you're pretending like you're in, you're already ready for it and you're already preparing for the next. Do you know what I mean? It's like there's a mental,
You know, dude,
like
it's
it's almost like
something
a
that
mental thing. I don't know.
You know, I understand the words you're saying, but you know,
do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
But it's like, you know, I just
shout out Rush Hour.
Chris Tucker is on the Epstein list.
He is, goddamn it. Oh, this is perfect. Let's talk about Jeffrey Epstein, bro. We did it, dude.
What should I even say, dude? Everybody, you know, knows it's just all fucked up and shitty.
Hey guys, the president's a sex offender. Big fucking surprise. Guess who else was a sex offender? The other president, and then the other president.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it is darkly funny how stupid the fucking Republican like MAGA people are sometimes. Like the basic online people that were like really hyped up about the Epstein shit. And they have like these people have like the guy who's like head of the FBI had a podcast for years where he talked about the fucking Epstein files. Dan Bongino or whatever the fuck his name is. He had a podcast for years where he was talking about release the Epstein files. And now he's like number 3 guy that can get that kind of information out to the public and he won't. Like so it's a lot of like people who are like super MAGA being like, man, I really thought this was gonna happen, man. Like they feel betrayed, bro.
You know, and like good, they should, honestly, dude.
Yeah,
a lot of people
fuck
like,
you, dude. Like fuck those people, kind of. Like for real,
dude. And like a lot of people who are like really fucking revved up, especially about that like Epstein type shit, it's because that's like rooted in like a deep pain that they felt in our lives. Because like unfortunately, our culture, our country, our government, whatever, dude, has like really let shit slide on like the, you know, these kinds of things, dude. And so like everybody
there's a certain
feels, like affected by it, at least like obliquely. And so it's like no one's gonna stop talking about this kind of stuff, dude.
There's a certain disenfranchisement that's happening at like every level of society and in various different kinds of ways where like there's people who can vote, there's people who can't vote, there's people who pay this much, there's people who pay that much. There's like the stratification that exists is only gotten worse, and it's like but the thing is that again, I mean, it's the most basic, like this is the kind of realization someone makes like in high school where it's like, oh, so like powerful people are keeping other like less powerful people fighting so that they can more like appropriately control the masses to their thing or whatever. And it's like, I don't know. I wonder what the lines are. I mean, that's like what's the hard part kind of about like the left, right? Because the right in the political ideology internet type spheres, the right is pretty unified in terms of like what they believe, you know what I mean? Maybe there's like more outspoken ones or whatever. Like in the Jubilee video we were talking about, right? The fucking Mehdi Hassan Jubilee video versus all the quote unquote fascist self-proclaimed, like
Damn,
all those
crazy
people.
video, guys. If you guys have not seen these people who
Bananas.
like, it's
Insane.
almost like unfair to like so-called conservatives or Republicans to like
Insane.
have these guys anywhere near their fucking field. These were a bunch of fucking lunatics talking to like
And they were
you
all like
know
21, bro. Every single one of these people was like so young. And Mehdi Hassan has been like a journalist for decades. And it's
yeah.
like, it was
I
crazy.
mean, he just outclasses them in a lot of different ways, and it like I felt bad at a certain point, and
I
he was even
mean,
saying it. He was like, "You realize millions of people are going to see what you're saying right now. For
yes,
the love
dude.
of
He
God,
was
take some accountability
constantly.
for your words and thoughts." And they were just like, "Listen, I'm not going to do that.
There's like,
I'm going to deport you or
no, no,
whatever."
no.
Like,
Oh,
it's
it's even
crazy.
crazier. It's even crazier, bro. Okay. So if you guys haven't seen it, listeners, I wouldn't even say go fucking watch it because it kind of sucks and it's really upsetting if you
Yeah,
like
hit the highlight reel, dude.
you gotta maybe hit it irony poisoned, like, or like, I don't know. Me personally, I saw Hassan's like stream YouTube where he responds to it. It feels good to have someone say some shit that you're a little bit thinking at the time. Cause like, man, this fucking babyface dumbass that speaks, the Franco supporter, bro.
Yeah.
He is like, it's like insulting. And I mean, honestly, like apparently he's like a Nick Fuentes like sphere guy. But the craziest part of that video, bro, is for sure the DACA recipient guy. Because I'm a DACA recipient, right? So it's
Uh-huh.
like I'm basically antithetical to Trump's entire thing. And this
Uh-huh.
guy shows up to the video in my same position as a guy that's on the side of like quote unquote fascists. And not only that, but there was a different guy who was Argentinian, also like me, and he was being fucking saying shit like birthright citizenship needs to go away. It
Listen,
was,
man.
it's so
Can't you
incoherent.
recognize
It's
someone trying
so,
to hedge their bets?
none of it makes any sense, bro. I guarantee you that motherfucker, the guy that's like the Franco guy and he's like about Catholic teaching this or that, he became a
That's crazy.
Catholic. I would bet good money that that guy became Catholic in the last 2 to 3 years. Like, because only internet,
Dude, there
like,
was like
there's like
an
this.
ironic like Catholic core part of the internet
It's not
that was
ironic
like,
anymore.
it's not ironic anymore. It's
There's parts of Twitter and shit. They're like tradcaths and shit. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
It's
It's crazy, man.
completely insane. You're talking about there's like women on Twitter posting about like going back to tradcath, whatever this or that. It's like, oh, you mean the 50s where like women were poisoning their husbands because they couldn't get divorced, but they couldn't kill him outright, but they, you know what I mean? Like,
Crazy, dude.
it's nuts. And I just, I'm not
Damn.
even going to pretend to understand it. I don't think anybody really understands what the fuck's going on online. Like, not even the people, like, not even us as consumers and people creating our own ideologies. Like, that was the thing about this whole Jubilee video is like, none of these people's ideologies make any fucking sense. They
Yeah,
contradict
they,
each other directly, like, back to back within 10 seconds of each other. And,
yeah,
like, they
yeah.
don't even, like, it's like it didn't even happen. You know what I mean?
Well, you know, bro, they intersect at these points that at
Oh,
least are like superficially meaningful to them.
oh
And
no,
so they're
the,
like, okay, fuck it. You're right. I hate everybody who's darker than me too.
no, yeah.
I hate all immigrants, doesn't matter where they're from.
No, it's crazy.
And then they have these like crazy things that are behind their
Yeah.
ideas where they're like, I'm actually an Iranian wizard. And
Right, right.
I'm actually
I'm the Dick Dastardly of Iran. Yeah.
yeah, dude, you know, or whatever. Like, and they have like all
It,
these different
it
insane backgrounds
blew
that make them think these crazy, you know, hurtful things.
it blew my
Um,
mind how many of these people were actually just like
and you
also
know,
immigrants. Like it blew my mind.
yeah,
And then not
Yeah.
only that, which, if anything, honestly, man, that's like the best case for American assimilation that I've ever seen. Like the people who say that immigrants are not assimilating to America, watch this video, bro, because you have straight up actual immigrants. There is a DACA recipient in this video, and he is arguing against himself. Like, there is nothing more, like, obvious, like, there's nothing more American than actively arguing against yourself, is kind of what I'm saying. Because you're kind of so, like,
Is
you're
that
so,
the-
like, you're kind of dumb and you, like, just don't understand the pieces moving. So, like, but you're so assimilated. Like, that's my point. But one of my favorite parts
Yeah.
of this fucking video, dude, is when they were talking about Gaza, right? And Mehdi Hassan said that, like, Donald Trump's policies in Gaza are ethnic cleansing. And, like,
Uh-huh.
2 out of the 3 people that came up to argue with him were fully in agreement with him. They agreed that Israel's bad or whatever, and,
Uh-huh.
like, this or that. But then, like, they were constantly trying to get him to blame, like, the Jews overall. Do you know what I mean? Like, they were like, there's this weird intersection between the left and the right, where there's people on the far right that are pro-Palestine, but it's because they're anti-Semitic. It's not because they're
Yeah.
like, do
Right,
you know
right.
what I mean?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's like this
It's so
weird.
confusing, dude. I don't know.
Well, because, yeah, it's like that's where the Nazis are or whatever, right?
Right.
So they're not gonna like the Israelis either. So, like, Mehdi Hassan is, like, arguing with these people, and they're like slowly, like, they just hint at it. That's the thing with the immigration stuff and the Gaza stuff. They never say it directly. They just hint at it. There's only one guy,
Yeah.
and it's 2 guys. It's the babyface Franco guy and the dude that talks like a fucking real hick, like the real ass country dude. Those 2 dudes
Yeah.
are the 2 most, like, egregiously offensive guys to his face, where they're like, "Oh, you're the first one to go," or whatever, like when he, like, walks out of the table or whatever.
Right.
But,
Super crazy,
like,
man.
but that's just, like, bizarre, and it's crazy because there's people, like, it's an interesting resurgence of that kind of thinking in, like, youth. There's, like, 18 to 25-year-olds who think that way. Do you know what I mean?
You know what, dude? It's just like,
And that just, like, was never, like, a thing. I don't know, like,
yeah, no, there was like you
there
like
was
have some
some.
shame, have
There's,
some
like,
sympathy, have
there's
some,
Groyper stuff. There was, like, 4chan, like the far right stuff
yeah,
back in the
yeah.
day. But, like, now it's a little different. Like, there's people being,
I don't
like,
know.
openly.
There's just like a more clear like pipeline to like the nastiest shit. You know what I mean? Like
Man,
there's like shades where it used to be like, listen, bro, you're gonna go off this cliff. You're gonna be hanging out with a lot of maniacs.
it's
like,
a
stay
real
off that
yeah.
4chan bullshit, you know?
It's become a literal
like,
slippery slope. It's
yeah,
become like a
yeah.
very I guess really not literal
Like
because
there's a ramp going down to the
yeah,
worst
dude.
parts of these
Well,
kinds of ways of thinking, dude.
and
It's crazy, man. You know,
and
it's really crazy, dude.
and it's almost self-perpetuating, right? Because, like, there's hella influencers. This is the other thing. This is an interesting thing you could probably make some sort of academic study on, where it's like the intersection of, like, the development of the influencer economy on social media and, like, that ad-based, like, business model and the rise of, like, far-right content, right? Because far-right
Well, they do
content,
the same thing,
it's
you know?
inflammatory, it
Like
gets
Alex
views, it gets
Jones is
engagement.
selling fucking
Mhm. Like
supplements and shit like
like
that, man. You know what I mean?
doomsday
That's what
meal
the whole thing
packs.
is.
Yeah. Well, like,
Yeah, yeah.
so,
Not
like,
even that, bro. Just like dumb bullshit. He's selling like multivitamins.
do
You
you
know, like
know?
that's how they got him on the
Yeah.
fucking Sandy Hook shit, you know?
Do you know who the Hodge twins are?
The Hodge twins?
The Hodge twins.
Oh my god,
The 2 bodybuilder
the
twin
German-
guys? No. That's the
Oh,
Da
no.
Vinci's. You're talking about the Da
Is it
Vinci's.
the short ones? The short guys? The short like ripped dudes? They're
They're
like twin?
They're jacked. The 2 black twins, they're jacked.
Oh, they're black. Okay, no, I don't know.
Well, so when I was like,
Oh, wait a
yes,
second.
yes.
Hold on a
really
minute.
old
They have
Cole.
beards and
Yep.
they're like big,
Bald, not bald,
and
but, like,
and
short
they
hair.
have like really intense.
They're like, you can do
conservative
whatever the
faith.
fuck you want to do.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I know
So
those guys. Yeah,
those
yeah.
guys have been MAGA for about 7 years. Like,
Yeah,
they're just
dude.
like, if you go to their YouTube channel. So, because, like, when I was in high school and I was, like, first starting to go to the gym and, like, lift weights, I'd be watching YouTube videos about lifting weights, and these guys were some of the guys that were, like, doing advice videos about working out or whatever, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then I tuned out at some point, and then years passed, and it's like Donald Trump became president. I went to
No, and then
college,
bro, same, and then they're
and
like,
then I
fuck the
went.
working out stuff.
I saw their YouTube channel, and then it was like, yeah, here's why Trump is good for. It was like, stop the migrant caravan, and I'm like, bro.
Yeah. It's crazy, man.
It's just
I
people see
really,
money, people smell money, they just go. People smell money, they go, bro. Like that's the thing is that there's people who are like actually ideologically tied to the movements or whatever, but there's other people where it's just like it's just a thing that they say around other people. Like I don't know, it's like
you know what, dude? It's just like
I don't know if you can ever actually get at anybody's actual beliefs. Like I don't know.
the thing is, man, is like when you're young, it seems like you're able to recognize like good and bad pretty clearly. Like it just chops up pretty simply, you know? And so like these guys who like sell out and become like pundits for like just this like really negative, hateful type of like
By the way,
community of people.
I hate
What's
to
up?
say this. I hate to say this, but you look like Tim Pool.
I know I do. I
And
was
that
thinking
guy's
about it right now. I
and
was
that
like, I
guy
look
is
all
one of
right
my
as I sit here.
and this is and I want to say this, and Jonah, sorry to interrupt you. This is an official Dead World stance from the fucking desk, from the front desk of the Dead World offices of the Dead World office HQ in Tampa, Florida. All right. Fuck. Who was the guy we were just talking about? Fuck Tim Pool, bro. Fuck him so hard that I forgot his fucking name trying to say fuck that guy. I hate that guy. But you know what, Jonah? You're a lot more handsome than Tim Pool. And you also know Melanie, which is good for the show. But so go ahead.
So listen, dude. You get older and you realize that like part of the game of doing bad things
Mm-hmm.
is like walking that line where people can't really call you out or question your authenticity.
The plausible
So
deniability.
you have like a plausible deniability that like your actions are like sincere and that you believe that they're actually going to be of like a general benefit to people. And it's like, you know what, man? We're forced into this world. We're saying like that is fucking wrong. It's not okay. Is like people are like, that's what are you saying? Why that's way too crazy. Like, why
Yeah.
aren't you accepting like a perspective where like ultimately nothing happens
It's
and
like
you just stuff it deep inside you and just be angry at the world and away from everyone else. You know what I mean?
well, it's
Like
like
that's the
when
only response that people want you to actually have is to like be angry, but
yeah,
not enough to do anything,
of
just enough
course.
to like alienate you from like the people who like you
Exactly
actually need
right.
to resolve your conflict with.
Exactly right. That's really well fucking said, man. Because that's actually a great way to put it. Well, because it's like the alienation is sort of encouraged by all of the social mechanisms around us, like the internet, the internetification of everything. The pandemic didn't help, making everything less human. Like, but and it kind of that's how you kind of that is kind of what how you get the fucking Iranian Dick Dastardly motherfucker from that stupid Jubilee video, dude.
Yeah.
Where he's like the so-called innocent Palestinians, and then Mehdi
They're like
Hassan.
children. They're like children.
Yeah, Mehdi Hassan's like, do you condemn the killing of children? And he's like, well, and it's like, you don't hesitate. You
And
don't.
then it's
That's
like,
not a thing
bro,
you hesitate for.
who's Hamas, man? Like they're the kids that we were crying for 20 years ago. You know what I mean? Like, unfortunately. And so, like, I know that that's like a hard pill to swallow
I mean,
because, like,
that's what
generally
nobody ever. That's what
terrorism is
none
totally
of
bad.
them.
But bro, that's why these like radical attitudes that just promote violence, they're like negative. It just doesn't matter who the fuck they're coming from, dude.
That's honestly
You know
what
what I
never
mean?
what never gets addressed by even the pro-Palestine sides is the fact that like Hamas at this point is like a multi-generational operation. Like this isn't
Yeah.
like I'm sure maybe the guys who started Hamas are still alive, but I doubt it. I'm sure they're dead, whether by natural causes or if not, almost certainly by bombing or
Yeah.
something. But it's like, yeah, like exactly what you're saying. It's like, and it's almost twisted in a way because when this guy's like so-called innocent Palestinian children, like what's in his head is like these kids are going to grow up and be Hamas, right? So like he's
Maybe
no.
you hope, right?
Well, that's
But
you
like,
don't know. It's not that you hope, but it's like that's kind of what's going through his head when he's pausing to think
I mean, no,
about
not
like
that you hope that they become that, but you hope that that's what's going through his head when he's speaking from this like crazy place of fear.
I
But
guess not
realistically,
really,
like
not even
what's
in a
sadder
hope
than
way,
like a
but that
15,
is
16, 17-year-old kid doing these like
well, that's
suicidal
just
terroristic type things
but
because
that's
their whole world was destroyed? That
but
sucks.
but that's like a factually like this is a factually Nazi thing. I don't remember what Nazi general. I don't know if it was at Nuremberg or or if it was like in a separate document or something. But
Uh-huh.
like a whole part of the plan of like not the 1940s in Germany in World War II. I'm trying to avoid saying the word just in case for YouTube. I know we're 54 minutes in. I guess fuck it. I've said a bunch of things. The Holocaust, right? Um,
Jesus.
they were saying like there's documents of like generals and shit saying like we can't just kill the parents. We got to kill the children. We got to kill everybody because like we kill the parents and leave the children. Like they're gonna come back and try to kill us, and then it's just gonna keep going. And so like that's kind of what's going through this fucking Iranian psychopath like top hat dum dum like that's what's kind of like it's almost like maybe even he can't articulate it himself. Like I'm not sure if he even necessarily sees that that's what's happening in his brain. Do you know what I mean? Like because I feel like at this point in like in like the intellectual development of people and the internet and stuff, like it's almost like you just get implanted with these opinions. Like at a certain level of like I don't know. I don't know if it's a mental capacity thing or if it's like a bandwidth thing. Maybe you're just really busy and so you just read a few things and like you just take what you can from that and it just happens to be
Dude,
something.
it's your environment, man. It's the people you know, it's the history you've lived. Like the the thing that people like really, I don't know, man, it just seems to satisfy them in a way that I guess like a lot of other things in our world today don't. But like they seek this like righteous anger that like, you know, is just it's like so easy to like feel in the face of like these terrible tragedies, man, in the
Mm-hmm.
face of like the victimization of others, but like your own victimization,
Sure.
you know. But realistically, um it's just never gonna like solve anything, dude. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's not gonna like start the right fire. You know what I mean? It's not gonna,
Mm-hmm.
you're not gonna be able to build your house with those feelings. Like, and but the thing is, right, is it's like it's righteous. So
Yeah.
there's never gonna be any room to like argue against it. And so
Well,
like I feel like
see,
people need to recognize that that is something that they're like living with, and then really ask themselves like, what do I actually want to see from the world? You know what I mean?
well
Like, do I
that
want
comes
to validate these
down
feelings that are already validated, or do I want to make a peaceful existence for like those who might still be, vulnerable to like the kind of victimization that we've been seeing, with just generally war lately. You know what I mean? Like it's looking different now. It's
I
ugly. People
I
are
mean,
involved in a way. You
I
know?
think I think that I think everybody thinks that they're righteous, right? Like I don't know if there's anybody that's operating right now in their own mental kind of world, in their own life that they live. I don't know if there's anybody out there like operating like I'm not righteous, like I'm a villain. Do you know what I mean? Or if like
But
I
that's like exactly the point, right? Is it's like that's always going to be like a flawed, like emotionally informed,
but like
anecdotally informed position
and
to take
to
because
sorry, it's
realistically, man, we're
and
like
to
all victims and victimizers, you know?
antidotally. Yeah, it's 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 the yes, we're all victimizers and victims, but it's the fact that like there comes a point in people's thoughts where like almost the righteousness precedes the action, if that makes any sense. Where like people will become in people, so not everybody, and I'm not exactly sure even to what extent, but I've seen it in myself and other people. It's
Yeah,
like this it's a self-righteousness, right? It's like
yeah, yeah.
it's almost like the fact that you're righteous precedes the justification of your actions. So it's like
Right,
you
right.
did something bad, but you're like, but I'm a righteous person, so what I do is righteous.
Yeah, see, that's like a crazy way to think, right? Because like realistically, like your
It leads to
consequences have actions
really
that they're never actually going to be able to
it
comprehend.
leads to incredibly dark places for humans. Like
No,
that's
truly,
like
truly.
that's exactly the type of thinking that leads to mass murder, all of that kind of stuff.
You know, and that's why, you need to like, I think like confront very honestly the fact that like one, like people are just like people. We're not meant to like have this power over others that's so like firm and ubiquitous. You know what I mean? Like that A, and then like B, fuck man.
I mean,
If
I
you're gonna like
also
take a
yeah,
perspective on like your life, it needs to be one where you're accountable for your
yeah,
actions. And it just doesn't fucking matter how you even feel about them.
sure,
You know what I mean? Like you can feel really good for like making
yeah,
somebody feel like total shit. You know what I mean?
uh-huh,
But it's like, look, dude, I'm not even asking you to change that. But like you got to look at what the fuck is going on, man. Like you're in a world with other
yeah,
people where like your consequences of your actions are going to like they're not only going to like live in you. So you get to
yeah,
decide how you feel about them whenever, like feel bad or feel good or indifferent or whatever. Like it's going to fuck up your horizon, man. You know what I mean? Like eventually you're gonna have to like reckon with like the faces of the people that you hurt,
yeah,
and it's like you might not see, you know, their pain right then and there, dude, but like you'll
sure.
see the way that it like touches the world when it finally comes around and fucking, knocks you around and you don't have any way to explain it, you know?
Well, this is
I mean,
also
maybe not, dude. Maybe that's like too much of like having this like judicial karmic attitude towards life. But
mhm.
like at a certain point, man, like what does all the anger give anybody, dude? What does all the contempt for other people really like give you? You know,
Well,
like it
this is
just gives
what
you more things to hate yourself over.
no, for sure. I mean, this is what I think is. Wait, hold on. We're gonna have to cut this right here because I'm gonna. Oh, jeez. Well, this is what I think. Hold on. This is what I think is kind of interesting about Christianity, right? Is that everybody's like a sinner and this and that, and like maybe I don't agree with the exact process of like absolving of sins or whatever, but like the simple construct of like having understood as a given the damage that you're gonna do, like the fact that you will do damage, and like the fact that like you're not always righteous. You know what I mean? I
Uh-huh.
think that's an important thing to understand about yourself as a person. And I think if you lose sight of the fact that you're not always righteous, it'll hinder your own development, and it'll also like kind of hinder the development of the people around you. You know what I mean? Like if you hang out with nothing but people who think everything they do is exactly right, like kind of no one ever grows. So
Yeah.
there's an element of criticism or like self-examination that's like necessary to like kind of continuously, I guess, develop, but at the same time, yeah, there is like a thin line between that and like there's a thin line between that and actually becoming a better person. Melanie's back on the program, folks. It's great to have another Fruit Sona back in the building in the Dead World offices in our offices are so big, guys. They're about 800 miles long building, and I'm in one room and Jonah's in the other room, and it's just one giant hallway all the way to the other room. But so that's why we record separately. But
A very large courtyard.
very large courtyard, a lot of cacti. You know what I mean? It's like desert chic. It's like Art Deco, but with like desert kind of trimmings. It's sort of like Joshua Tree, like 70s, like vintage, like Boogie Nights. You know what I mean?
Can I speak from the heart, Alvaro?
Speak from the heart, Melanie.
What do we do about this dead world we live in? What do we do about the pain we feel,
Uh huh.
the anger,
Yeah.
the sorrow, the
Sure.
grief?
I think we watch movies, bro.
Do we turn it into melon masks
Yeah, we turn it
and
into. Yep.
and internet shows with your friends,
That's exactly right.
or do you actually do something meaningful and prevent war Prevent war.
Guys, if you know how to
Breaking out
do
around the
that,
world.
if you guys know how to prevent war and you're listening to the show, please call in. Send us a DM, either one.
Yeah.
We will answer.
Talk to us first.
Talk to us first. We want to know this. We want to have, if we're just a little ahead of the game, we would just want to make a couple financial moves. I need a little bit of insider trading. You know what I mean? They're doing it a lot these days. Nobody really cares. So let me just do a little bit.
Yeah.
Like
Listen,
a shit
guys,
coin.
Alvaro's gonna insider trade, but that doesn't mean he's gonna spend any of that money on the podcast. So for the love of God, just like and share, subscribe.
Subscribe.
We're gonna do a t-shirt run here pretty
We're
soon.
doing a t-shirt run.
It's gonna be sick as hell.
I just heard
Get
back
ready
from
for
the.
that.
I just heard back from the
We're
manufacturer.
gonna tune up that Patreon, friends, because we want.
That's right.
We want you around, man. We want to ask you some questions.
We love you. We really do.
What other fruit should I wear? Should Alvaro play the clarinet next time?
Should I play the clarinet? Should I play a flute?
These are creative decisions.
Should I play the guitar?
So, or at least listeners.
Also,
listen, guys. Episode 11. I gotta go
in
do
the books.
my actual shitty, terrible
in the
job.
Books.
Shout
out Barbex.
So until next
Shout
time.
out alcohol.
Until next time. I'm Melanie. This is Alvaro.
I'm Alvaro.
The world is dead.
It's dead world.
But we're not. Let's do it.
Bye. Fuck.